So let's see. Noita, random, start, location, run. 2 attempts. I get 2 attempts. Predictions are open. As you can see, the prediction light behind me is on. It's random start locations. I get 2 tries. It doesn't mean 2 tries from the same location. It's 2 tries from just 2 random spots. It could end up in the same spot. That is possible, but unlikely. This is not the run. I'm just loading this up so I can show you how it works. All right. So our goal for over a month now, a couple months, has been to get a win from every single biome in all of Noita. So what we've done is I start from a random location, and if I get a win, we disable it. If it's disabled, it's marked in red. Red means that it will not appear again. And the green ones mean we have not gotten a win from that location yet. And we have slowly been working our way through the list. Very slowly, but as you can see, there's still a lot in green to take down. Some very difficult starting locations. Some of these are damn near impossible. But we're going to keep grinding. Did you remove any near impossible spawns at the beginning of the challenge? No, every single one is there. But the one thing that's a little bit weird, Tito, is one of the near impossible spawns, which is the water. Because it's filled up with water, it makes it where like it tries to spawn you in the water zone, and it says, oh, everything's water. You're like drowning. So then it moves you to one of the other spawns. Meaning like it won't truly let me spawn in the water until I have no other spawn locations around, you know what I mean? Like till it's like one of the last ones enabled. Then it'll be like, okay, there's nowhere to spawn here, but there's also nowhere to spawn anywhere else, so fuck it, and it'll just spawn me into the water. Latali says, so only about 3 good ones and what, 20 bad ones? I wouldn't say 20 bad ones. Let's look at the list real fast. 20 bad ones I feel like is extreme. Barren Temple, that's one of the floating islands, right? That's easy. The lab, that's the last zone. It's okay. Kiwi Temple, that's another floating island. So let's say 2 easy ones at least. The work is tricky. Work has a chance of being an easy one if it spawns in the sky. Collapse Mines, that's an easy one. Ominous Temple, that's one of the sky islands again. Dragon Cave, that's a bad one. Forgotten Cave, bad. Gold, bad. Lake, that's an easy one. 5. Throne Room, that's going to be really bad. Lukey Lair, Power Plant, these are bad. Towers, bad. Vault is not so bad. Let's say that's 6-ish. Magical Temple has the potential to not be so bad. Maybe-ish. Okay, Magical Temple, let's say it's bad. Wait, let me remember all the spots that are considered Magical Temple. So we have this small pocket here that's like not bad at all. Then we have all these down here that are bad. So it's probably in general more accurate to say that it's bad than good. So that one, yeah, that one's kind of rough. Water, that one's bad. Snowy Wasteland, I thought was a good one. I thought Snowy Wasteland was okay, but turns out, so even though all of this is Snowy Wasteland, I also could end up spawning down in these little pockets of Snowy Wasteland, which is where I ended up, which was pretty much really like really bad, like a death sentence. Snowy Wasteland, you think is 50-50 bad? Half bad? Well, so far we lost the 50-50 on that. The one spawn we got there. Are you going to play today or are we just waiting to end stream? I was letting chat. There's always late better. Watch this. I'm going to close it. And there's going to be somebody that's like, I missed the bet. I missed it. I stalled as much as possible. Tito was complaining. Why? Come on, game. We just went over this. Statistically, this shouldn't... We were just getting only bad spawns. What is this shit? What is this shit?
I bet you he's going to turn up dead soon.
Okay. So... I wonder if there's any way... I peek here. Oh, okay. He definitely sees me. We're gonna wait this out. It would be nice if the box just happened to be within this vicinity. Oh wait, no, because if that hits you, it hurts you. I don't know. Something where I could chip away at it would be nice. I'm gonna have to just kick and run. Oh my god. No, no, no. Alright, so this material, I can't remember this brickwork. I think it is soft, right? I don't know why I can't remember right now. Oh! So if you put a liquid on this brickwork, it'll turn into some telly juice. I think that's what I'm about to have to do. I have to convert some of it. Oh wait, does blood not convert it? Oh, it has to be a different liquid, I guess. I don't remember all the liquids that convert the brickwork into telly. Oh, Telemage. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, shit. Okay, I don't know where I went exactly, but we are alive. That's what matters. No! No, 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 no. Can I at least see where... Okay, Telemage, you piece of shit. Can I at least see where I died at? Let's see. Show map. Ooh, we didn't get anywhere, did we? The little star. How did we make so little distance on that? We started here, and apparently we died like here. So the goal, in case you're curious, is that we're trying to get like telemages and stuff so that we can start to jump up to around somewhere in this area. I know it's a big ask, but the alternative is if we go to the right, but this is like, we didn't have to go through power plant. There's no way. So I think the best route is somewhere over here. Didn't work out, but we have a second attempt. Remember, we get 2 attempts. Why do you keep complaining about the starting difficult places when the point is to win from those places? Because I at least want a... The really difficult ones, it's like I want to save them for the end. You know, when that way I can be like, all right, 10 attempts, because all we have left is just really bad shit. But saying like 10 attempts whenever we have a collapsed mines or a floating island is like, you know what I mean? It's just too bullshit. 10? Do you realize how many attempts it will take to get a win from this zone? This one's crazy. I don't think you've experienced this zone if you're thinking 10 is small. I mean, 10 is large. Because this is like... I mean, this thing is crazy. I could probably win within 5. That is the biggest fucking lie ever told in the history of the land. All right, attempt number 2. What? Hold on. Where are we? Are we here? This would be potentially a huge win. I don't think it's here. I don't know if the... I think I spawned right around here. So if I just go directly up, I'm able to find my way out of there. It's not a good spawn. It's not a good spawn, that's for sure. Especially considering Magical Temple, which is this area here. See, it says Magical Temple, is also part of the same family as this one here. So I could have... Getting a win from Magical Temple... Why not let me just win from here? Like that. Why make me come from this area here? God damn it. All right. So this one did end up dying. Ooh.
Is Dunk looking at the map after Run starts cheating? It kind of feels like cheating adjacent at the very least.
What? I'm not just looking at where I am on the map. I'm just kind of like looking at the map so I can try to piece together
Dunk.
where I think I
You
am.
seem like a nice guy. I've only started watching you and you seem like someone who should take a gay quiz. Have a nice day, XOXO.
What? That was a mistake, it looks like. I was hoping that it would tell me, like, maybe to the very top, but it doesn't seem to be what occurred. It's a gay quiz.
Spin! Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Damn it. I gotta watch out. It's gonna get me killed. These like small zones. Oh, this is bad news. What? Come on, man. It was multiple wands coming at me there. And my wand was so deadly because I couldn't shoot it and I was afraid of it like hitting something. I was firing as fast as I could too, but it just... Damn it! I think at this point you deserve 3 attempts for random start bets. I mean, the issue is there's quite a few easy ones. We looked over that. 3 I feel like...
Nope.
I mean, 2 should be fine for at least a couple more, you know? This is going to be attempt number 2. I will check the streaks, don't worry. You're currently at an 83% loss for random starts. If you want this to be closer to 50-50, you should make it 3 attempts at least. Is it really an 83% loss? Is that over like recent ones, or are we talking about total throughout all of them, Phoenix? We'll do last one. We'll do this one at 2 attempts, and then if this one goes bad again, we'll have to start considering 3 as the future because it is getting tricky. It means you're bad. What are you talking about? These win locations are so rough. What if at this point you add 1 attempt if the bet is a loss? Like the previous bet was a loss, so then we add 1 more. Not a bad idea. All right, here are the streaks. Ugh. Damn it, there were so many haters on this one. You guys realize I could have just spawned on the island and your hopes and dreams would have been crushed, right? Or several island spawns. Nervo, Subpar, Bobo, Keldy, Organic Ape, Huber Libre, and Toe Soccer all earning their 7 predictions in a row correct.
The real ones in chat are the people who voted no.
They're not the real ones. They're the haters. Hex defined with the -7. Hex defined, you do get a dunce cap. It's in your backpack and you equip it whenever you like. 7 incorrect. I haven't heard that one in forever. Miksu with the random. Good to see you, by the way, Miksu. Steph with the back-to-back 7 streak, the 14 predictions in a row. All right, Steph. You're lucky for now. Chase was a fast one. The crowd is stunned. Simple Banana and Blue-Eyed Bindi. Aw, fuck. Let down two believers. 2 believers lost their streaks. All right, well, let's go again. It was real quick. That one was over in no time, so we go again. Way back before you started falling off, this is what they were saying. All right, now you guys are just using this time. I was giving you extra time. You're just using it to talk shit. Here we go. Okay, so it tried to spawn us in the water, but then it failed because the water is filled. So then it moved us to the tower. So this is a tower spawn, and I'm getting bit by an enemy. Definitely not my favorite spawn, but not as bad as some of the other ones have been. Ah, shit. Let's do that. I gotta move at the last second. Oh, shit. Damn it, I let him get me. Did not mean to. We gotta wait this out. No, stay away, fly, stay away. Woo. Telemage right now would be really nice. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh! Shit! Oh, there's Cursed Rock. Oh, God. Oh, God, this is getting really bad. was one attempt. That was one attempt.
Baba Booey.
Okay, okay. Interesting.
Do it. Do it.
Let me think. Could you bring Colmy into the mountain and collapse it for the earthquake damage? I mean, that is a hell of an idea, Indoor Cat, but I don't know how we get Colmy to actually go in there, because normally he just goes to this edge. And the moment I go to here, it'll start to collapse and he's just going to sit on the edge. But that is kind of a genius idea. But if you collapse the ceiling over him as you grab the Sampo, how would I get him over to the thing? Like, it drops too quickly. Imagine it falls there, you run over, you kick it, and it smacked him. That would be sick, but there's like no way. Will your box work? Huh. You're saying like try to use this as a way to catch the debris? The issue is all the lava that's going to be coming down afterwards. It's just going to flood everything. It's going to make kicking the stone so hard. No, the box itself won't hurt him. Push some water through the roof. The issue is the water doesn't, I think, potentially solidify here until this has begun to collapse because it's too solid. Like, there's no gaps in the lava at the moment. So when I pour the water up like this, but sometimes whenever it goes to drop, that water is kind of like stuck here, and it actually will sometimes solidify. I can't tell if it's going up to the top or it's actually storing it behind this. I can't tell right now. We'll find out when it collapses, I guess. We're about to try some goofy shit right now. Maybe somehow this stuff will keep this rubble. I mean, it just collapses like right here. Maybe somehow it'll keep it from falling through entirely. I'll jump over here. I kick and pray the rock kicks him in the face. I don't know what the hell is going on. Fuck it. Let's just send it. This is... There is the health pickup in the Holy Mountain, but I don't want to go grab it because I want to try for desperation. We could try to collapse the mountain on his head. You never know. Let's see what happens. Okay, that went through. Okay, that went through perfectly. It did solidify though. The water did store behind the rock like I was hoping, so we got lucky there. One of the few times we want the rock to not fall through, and it did. Can I land up here? Let's see what he does. Go in here, go in here. Oh. So these guys have been my main issue with killing Colmy every time we've done one of these like long challenges. They are a problem. Oh, fuck. Ooh! Woo! Chat, why is it always these moments that you decide to be a pain in the ass? I don't know how we're gonna deal with these guys. All right.
Familiar.
Chat, you're legit muted the rest of the day for being annoying. That's your punishment. Worth it. Oh. So this actually ends up making a wall that is a hard time for us to get through. Oh no, oh no. No! Woo! Made it.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Oh shit. Ah! Dude! This thing just does not die. Okay. How the hell did you get up here? What in the... So that's where some of the water upwarped before. I think it may be flowing out now. Damn, how do I deal with these new ones? Could be fighting these things all day. When does your OnlyFans drop? What? What kind of streamer do you think I am? What kind of content do you think I'm creating?
This is the song that doesn't end, yes. It goes on and on. My friends, some people started singing it not knowing what it was. And they'll continue singing it forever just because.
Just
I
because.
really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Ooh, this guy's gonna end up bouncing off a wall in a funky way, which gets me killed. Oh no! Okay. I do have the heal in the mountain. Don't summon in a little minion, please.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Oh shit! Gotta be careful with that. Oh no! I had got him into a sweet spot. I thought that his shots there were gonna have more spacing. I had finally got him to sit still. And I think what had happened is, I think he had done like his max summons or some shit, and I think they had ran to the left side. They had ran off screen. So I don't know. Maybe I was just getting lucky and he wasn't doing any new summons. That's possible. But I think he was stuck. Oh my God. I was afraid, in case you're curious, well, why would you stand in a corner? I was afraid of, because when you reposition, sometimes it will, so like basically they have a pathfinding to get to you, right? And whenever you reposition, you give their opportunity for their pathfinding to be like, oh, he's over here. Okay, I should go through this route. So I was happy with the fact that they were staying where they were, and I didn't want to reposition and fuck with that. But it screwed me. It screwed me. Oh my goodness, I think we had that one. That would have been such a good one to get off to, because to get off of our list of zones to complete, the lab. You know what though? I think I did learn something about this fight. By causing that one side to be kind of like blocked up, it doesn't, so normally their pathfinding will find a route into the upper area because you have two holes. One of them will be open for their pathfinding. But if you only have one spot for the enemy to find his way into it, then what ends up happening is that since you don't have a left and a right side, they end up moving to the left side and then getting stuck over there. So this is definitely going to be a strategy I use in the future, because it's like, you know, it was almost perfect. But next time I'll go ahead and I'll take a little bit of gamble and I'll move around a bit more up there so I don't end up cornering myself. I had to remute after that. I'm trying to decide if, damn, 3 attempts, I guess, because it just, you know, the moment we type 3 attempts, the first one we spawn on the island and everybody like just says fucking omega lol easy. That's how it always goes. Let's do 3 attempts. Let's see what happens with 3 attempts. I'm curious. Noita, random start location, 3 attempts. All right, 3 attempts. I know we've been doing 2 the whole time. It's just, I mean, are my math skills that bad? I mean, I just, every time I look at this list and I look at the good ones and I look at the bad ones and I'm like, okay, you know, given we did 4 spawns. Let me check real fast. What exact? So there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Crap! I scrolled too much. Hold up. There's 19 spawns remaining, and of the 19 spawns, let's say how many are good that I'd be happy with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say 6. So that's almost a third. I'd say I'd round it up to a third, just because there are some that, like Snowy Wasteland, which I didn't count, but it can give you a really good spawn. We round up to a 33%, 1/3 chance. A 33% chance for a good spawn. And essentially we lost 4 of those 33% rolls. So that's not really that bad. Not the greatest, but it's not that bad. So 3 attempts is easy mode. Yeah, 3 attempts should make it where it's like we will hit it, right? It's in our favor, but it is statistically probably more fair of a bet.
Yes, betters equals Giga Chads.
Cryptic knows. I like the idea from now on, if you lose a bet, add 1 more attempt until you win them all. We may. We'll see. We'll see. And if I win an attempt, do I -1? Back to 2. It resets. All right, I'm cool with that. Starts at 2, adds 1. So it goes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you get a win, back to 2. Resets back to 2. All right, that's how we'll do it going forward. I like that. So right now we're at 3 attempts, closing the bets. Did I end up? Oh my God, this is just making me angry at this point. You bastards. You bastards. And I fucking had that boss locked in, man. I let him out of it. Toxic No, so going out to Untold Story and Drago. All of these Toxic No signs should be in the dumpster right now. Should be dead. Eugene with the 7 streak, along with Ilm Tom, Noop, Subway Punk, the GCM, Omnipotent, Rolling Bear, Super Steelix, DunkOrSlam, Sponge, Cyan Rain, Ricky Reb, Draugo, and ISO. We'll just call him ISO because it's ISO Diacante, something like that. Theo Cyan. I don't even remember ISO. I can't remember how the fuck I was supposed to pronounce that. I think you helped me before, and my brain's too fried to remember. -7 going out to the Night Fox, Flax, Elder Leaf, and Inks. 4 of them earning 7 wrong in a row. Getting the dunce cap. It's in your backpack. You can equip it whenever you like. Getting Noita, there's nothing to prevent that unless you ask. Vegetarian Supreme, or it's actually Vegetarian Supreme. But yeah, no, we don't go into those details. And then Cost D&D losing their -6. Supreme, D&D, I'm sorry, I'm a piece of shit, I know. But now I have 3 attempts. Surely on 3 attempts, we will get it done. All right, bets are officially closed. We're waiting too long at this point. You guys are just slow as hell. And we had 3 shots. Okay. Come on, brain. You can do this. No! No! Oh, he pump faked. What is going on, man? Fucking break him out of this loop. Why is he... Okay. Let me just... What was happening? I couldn't go left. He was just looping. God damn it. All right, 3 attempts. 3 attempts. One down. I'm so glad we did 3. Wizard's Den. Oh, God. Come on. Turn into teleportadium. Oh, was that a telemage? I couldn't tell. Oh! Whoa! Well, you know, I couldn't see anyways, so not the biggest hindrance ever. What? I went to... I thought I could kick some... I thought something was in the way and I tried to kick and I hit the reflector dude and I think he blasted me. Well, we got one more shot. It's okay. It's not over.
Guess my streak is dead. Thanks, champ.
No, hold on. It's not over yet, Mr. Bonoso. What is happening? What is happening? We have had 7 spawns. All of them have been bad. There is not an easy one. Not only that, I'm spawning in the tower, right? And so if you look at the tower, this whole area is the tower. I've spawned in the tower twice. Now, if you look at this entire area and you know this is the entrance and this is the exit, where would you want to spawn? As close to the exit as possible. Where did I spawn just now? Right here. Fuck yeah, let's do this. Walking through the entire tower, ultra late game content with the starter wands. Let's go. You never know. Could be a telly wand over there. Oh, a telly mage is here. That's kind of interesting. Oh, what the?
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
There was a telly mage I saw at one point, which is pretty crazy. keeps popping up and then disappearing. Oh, hit me, hit me, hit me! God damn it, it sent me down. It's because, I guess the separate biomes don't let it teleport through it. Alright, hold on. How do I do this? We got a heart mage over there. Gotta try this again. If this guy would go away, that would be awesome. Oops, missed that. Come on, Telewand. Okay, okay, okay. Fuck off. Woo! The Telemage over there. Let's, Telemage, you know what? I'm not ready for you yet.
I know where your confusion is coming from. You won many previous random starts bets because you got all easy locations. Now when what's left are harder ones, it's normal that someone without skill will struggle.
What are you yapping about? So it doesn't let me go between the two fucking mini biomes, and that's where my issue is.
Dunk, when you complete this challenge, will you repeat it in New Game Plus?
No way. Oh, shit. The Heart Mage, fuck off! No! God damn it, I didn't see the mine on the ground. I was so busy looking up.
You know, maybe I didn't want my streak anyway.
4 attempts.
Nice, quick, and easy bet. Thanks for the +1 to my streak, Dunk.
Oh my god. Alright, how is this happening right now? 82.5% chance to get at least one easy start in 4 attempts. Maybe the odds are by area size. Maybe you're right, Givens. Maybe you're right, because something is seeming messed
I thought
up.
you were a god gamer. Location shouldn't matter if you are.
Oh wait, Evaisa, the person who made the mod.
Cryptic will remember this in future interactions.
Read my previous message. Hold on, it doesn't let me slash user. Evasia made the mod. Let's see. Evasia will explain what's happening. Maybe. It generates a list of every biome, then picks a biome, then picks a random world map pixel that matches that biome, teleports the player to the center of that chunk, finds a safe spot, a safe open spot in that chunk. If it fails, it picks a new biome / starts over. Okay, so it is just from the list. So we are just getting fucked. Random start location, 4 attempts. Holy shit, here we go. 4 attempts. If I lose this one, we're done with random start locations for the day. If I lose this one, we are not coming back to random start locations for the rest of the day. Maybe not even the rest of the week. I'll be like, I'm tired of this bullshit. Yeah, what do you mean 4? Don't go yelling 4 out. Chat literally came up with the way for it to work. It is, you choose the amount of attempts, which is 2, and you open a bet. If you fail, you open a new bet. You still bet no? You piece of shit? After questioning 4 attempts, you still doubted? Eat my ass, chat. Get the hell out of here. Get off of my screen. This motherfucker complains that it's 4 attempts and then proceeds to also be a doubter. You would only complain is because you believe it's going to be an easy win.
No more for the rest of the week, he says, knowing there's one more stream left in the week.
Yeah, I'm saying I wouldn't do it tomorrow. All right, here we go. 7 streaks going out to Crude, Biomass, and Maito. Congratulations to both you guys on your 7 predictions.
Baby rage, if baby rage, I baby rage, lose baby rage, this
What?
baby rage, one baby rage,
No!
I baby rage, have baby rage, massive baby rage, skill baby rage, issue.
Oh, I mean, skip that goddamn. Listen, it's not skill issue. I'm getting screwed by RNG. The Void hungers for blood. Congratulations on your double 7 streaks. Your 14 predictions in a row correct. Chase was a fast one. The crowd is stunned. Oh, God. Pupin for Kaizen Gaming, Griff Dog, Pimple Cram, Hamper Champ, and Lukey Micro. There actually was more dead streaks than people actually earning streaks on that one. Come on, you guys know I got screwed, right? You know I got screwed. The believers know what's up. They know. With 4 attempts, Conga would win this 80% of the time. Oh, now you're just... Listen, Miksu. I expected better out of you. You're a numbers guy. You are good at math. And I can tell you at a glance, 80% is bullshit. That is not accurate. You can have a 50% probability of flipping heads on a coin and still get 20 tails in a row. That's how probability works. Yes, but if you were to flip 20 tails in a row, it doesn't mean you should just be like, it happened. You should be like, that's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. You should be pissed because if you were literally trying to get heads and you got scammed, you were like trying to flip 1 heads and you flipped 20 tails in a row. That is bullshit, next level bullshit. Get heads, you know, tails, heads. All right, don't be weird, chat. All right, close the bets. They're just, okay, you're hearing what you want to hear. Hold on, does this one count? I literally spawned into death. This is our luck at this point. I literally spawned and exploded. Yes. Fuck it, I'll still make it work. So I need this guy to move to a better position. He's in a really annoying position for me. Fuck. Oh! Oh, there was a chest right there. I was just too panicked. All right. We're alive. We started in the vault. We are alive. We get a pacifist chest. Hold on. There's a next level play to be made here. Are you ready for this shit, chat? Are you ready? For a second, you were like me and you facepalm, but then you realized, wait a second. The potential here is massive. 1 pixel at a time, we melt our way to freedom. And then, whenever the gods get pissed, we kick the statue into him, getting gold. We use that gold to re-roll this into better perks. Then, we have a way out of the mountain to edit whenever we want, and we have better perks. Let's go. Let's do this shit. We can win this. This whole plan goes in the garbage, by the way, if this guy ends up walking in here.
Unfair start, though, so you have to reset.
No. You guys decided. If this guy walks in here, my whole plan goes out the window. Oh, we can even make an acid flask. That's true.
How about if you die in the box, it's a veto.
Yeah, well, the problem is the box got obliterated almost immediately. Oh, no. Okay, whew. The box got obliterated immediately, so chat would be like, you were not stuck in the box. It's like, yeah, the box was in tiny little fucking fragments everywhere. All right, you ready for this next level next level strat? We may be about to shit ourselves. Let's see what happens. Next level chat coming up. Let's heal first. Shart coming up. It's actually probably better to do it like this. That was a little early of a kick, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with you guys. That was a bit of an early kick. That would have gone terribly. Holy crap, that was... My heart stopped at saying garlic. I was like, oh shit. All right. So we get one roll. Invis means we could go full, Metal Gear Solid mode, stealth mission. We could make this work, yeah. Invis does work. All right, we're going Solid Snake. We also need to open up this exit. Oh god, it's very easy to underestimate the stream of acid. The piss. Alright, so we have an exit. Alright, so we let the invis kick in. Our goal is to stealth around until we find something decent to clear our way, Why is your piss green? Drink a lot of green Gatorade, I guess. No idea why you'd have radioactive piss. We need a doctor for this one. Oh, baby. Oh, come on. What is this? What is this? What actually is this? Oh, scared the hell out of me. Traps can still shoot us in here, so we have to be very careful because if a trap hits us, then what will happen is it'll reveal us. And yeah, this guy can still see me. It'll reveal us, and then all the enemies will kind of just dogpile on us.
Oh my god, go steal the wands from you doorknob.
Go steal the wands? The fuck are you talking about, Frog? Do you have some new tech that you want to let me know about? Some new top secret tech that nobody in the, thousands of, or, tens of thousands of Noita players have ever discovered? Did this guy attack? I can't remember whatever your imp is. No, he doesn't. Okay. But he doesn't, right?
On second thought, I may be retarded.
Fucking TTS reads some wild shit sometimes. TTS, chill. All right, here we go. Okay. I mean, we're gonna end up burning through a ton of our mana with this thing. Let's see. Damn, he just bled a lot of acid. Or shot acid and bled acid. I mean, what the hell? Like, a ton of acid just popped out of him. I mean, it's not the greatest, but at least we have the ability to kill stuff. I'll take that, I would have liked to have grabbed all that gold as they were dropping it, but oh well. Because if we end up getting to 1,000, we can get that. We don't want that, do we? Can this guy die to the statue? This acid on him. It actually wouldn't be that bad. But I'm a little nervous of accidentally hurting myself trying to do it. Dude, stop. It's bringing it away from this fly. So this guy doesn't really have an attack of his own. He just, like, causes your attacks to not exactly line up where you're wanting them to go. Which already is annoying. Oh, come on. Yeah, I want to try the statue on him, but the problem is other things keep running in there when I'm trying to get set up. There we go. I guess we can try this statue. There we go. I kept trying to use the other statue that we had set up, but I guess this one did the job. So this one here is not bad for us. I mean, obviously the spell on it, we do not want that, but we could shift some spells onto it. We could work with it. In a perfect world, we would have these digging blasts. 2 digging blasts on there would be enough to get rid of all that shit. Garbage. Okay. The wand on the second set wand, the only thing I'm interested in is I could grab that speed up to throw it on the energy orb to give it more reach, because that is one of the things I'm struggling with right now is the enemies have to get kind of close for me to be able to hit them. I don't like that. Especially when it involves like that ghost guy that's over here. Like him. Because that's where I could make a mistake. Is trying to get close enough to hit him and then... Okay, we're gonna get the speed up. Back up. There we go, got rid of one of them. No. Oh shit! Almost jumped right into it. Would have shredded me. Luckily we got the speed up though, so that helped a lot. I don't really think we need that for anything, so I'll just disarm this for the most part. Well, since you got speed up, put acid on the final trigger orb. I mean, it could ricochet off stuff and end up going at us. Yeah, we can acid Comey. We do have the, like... I mean, just put it on the bomb wand, I guess, and pour acid on his head is not that bad of an idea.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
I want to jump down there, but I'm afraid of getting overwhelmed by all the enemies that are going to be there. Ooh, that guy's a spicy one. That guy is a spicy one. I do not want to be near him. Oh, fuck. No, no, no. Fuck off. Fuck off. There we go. So I can get rid of this tick by killing the crystal that's down below. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. No, 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 no. Appreciate the support. Ooh. Get an unlucky angle on this and that could be the death of me. Oh, no, no, no. Could have gone badly. You have invis? Yeah, but the problem is I need to get rid of these enemies so that I can kill the crystal. So I need to slowly work away on them. And if I just kind of, I guess I let invis and just like wait for them to kind of idle away. Like, or like kind of auto path away. If as long as I kite backwards, I think I can get rid of just about everyone here. Of course, this guy's still chilling. Man, it's such an annoying enemy. Kill that crystal, he will be gone, and then it will help this run so much.
Oh, I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Oh, there we go. We got it. Oh no. No, 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 no. No! God damn it, that guy protected it so that I couldn't kill it off. I may have to wait for the invis on this one. Oh! Oh shit, he almost because he attacks at where he last saw you. But he almost attacked where he last saw me, and that could have been trouble. Oh shit, also this guy has a... Oh my god, he also gives off an aura of damage. Whew! So that's kind of scary. That spot, my fallback area, is kind of filled with enemies now. I guess we'll just start moving forward. Oh yeah, my starter wand though would have been great for the acid. My starter wand is up over there. No, you know what? We'll just let that chill for now. Oh no. No, fly, go away. Yeah, let them fight each other. Of course, this guy now is walking out. Oh. Oh, this is bad. We get hit. Oh! Woo! Shoot low, shoot low. Damn it, I can't every time. I can't. Oh no.
Oh, I really wish
No,
you
no,
guys
no.
could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Whew. Damn. Wash a little bit of it off. Try to at least. Wash it off. Wash it off. Get the blood off of me. He's gonna shoot where I just was. Dude. Oh no! Oh, come on. I didn't see, like, it looked like it was just splatter. Should have gone for the victory. Yeah, but the problem was our setup wasn't like that good. Like, it wasn't enough that I felt confident that no matter what the game throws at us in terms of enemies. So I was trying to get myself in a position where I could kind of blast my way around. But we were getting some crazy enemy setups. I mean, 3 of these fireflies like in one area. Look at this. That's crazy. Did you not count Vault as an easy start? Yes, but in the scenario of counting Vault as an easy start, I didn't instantly detonate and have to leave. So this was more of a Temple of the Art start than a Vault start. Damn it. But we get how many more attempts do we have on this one? 2? Do I only have 2 more attempts? Are you sure? That doesn't seem accurate. 3 more. This was the first. Okay, I thought so. Come on, man. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's only getting worse. Come on. I wouldn't make it out of there. I wasn't making it. All right. This is attempt number 3. Oh my goodness. Come on. I kicked the fucking box. Tip number 4. It happened! It happened! 6 easy locations. It only took a 4 attempt. We got it! This is real life. We got one of the nicer spawns. Oh my goodness. Yes, my streak. Oh. This is one of the ones I've been wanting to get rid of on the biome list forever. It's just we just haven't been spawning at it. You've thrown this star before? No. Don't make up scenarios. Throwing out your fantasies. You should subtract 1 from the attempt count if you win. Chat said if I win, it resets back to 2, and I thought that was kind of a cool idea. So it just keeps climbing up, up, and up, and then resets to 2 when I get a win. Now this is the kind of start I'm talking about. This is a reasonable, fair start. That dude would have shot me with that missile, or like with that wand. I'd have been so mad. Nice, nice. This is just vanilla Noita. Hey, we started in the ominous temple. You saw it. Wasn't he just here? I didn't have a way to reliably dig into this. I only had the spitter bolt, which doesn't dig the snow, and then the bombs, which you could do some kind of crazy bomb juggling, but why? No need. Yeah, I do have a poly potion. I am chilling with that right now. So it can be our way to exit the Holy Mountain if we need to. Dude, I'm still so mad we lost that vault one. I felt like I was getting everything prepped just right. That we had, you know, 15 of those flies all team up together. Damn, look at these hearts. I'm still mad about the Colmy loss. Yeah, me too on that one. That was... Ugh. God damn it. We had him in the perfect spot. So many close calls today, but none... No victories. But this is going to be the one. You can just tell. I still don't have a reliable liquid to use, so if I catch fire, I'll have to poly myself. I don't like that so much. Good wand. I do like that wand. I wonder if it'd be worth dropping the bouncing burst so that I can have at least the wand, even though I don't want to deal with the saw blades. And every once in a while, the saw blades can be kind of nice whenever you're wanting to kill an enemy like this guy. Was he going to drop into the water? Is he about to commit suicide? He did. He did. He said, fuck that. Alright. Drop that. Yep, free money. Free money. Still don't have anything in terms of flasks. Let me glance at this. Oh, what the? Character literally got stuck on a pixel there and just couldn't move. We may have to poly ourselves in a second because we're going to get a little bit of a stain on ourselves right here. Ooh, this is actually a really great find in the early game. I mean, later, like, Return's one of the spells that, like, is for the most part garbage, but every once in a while there's really situational stuff that it's like, ooh, this is nice. This is one of those situations. So let me poly myself real quick. I had to poly myself because I don't have any other way to wash off stains. And when you poly yourself and you return, you have no stain on you. So if you're on fire or you're, you know, toxic sludge, whatever, that's how you can get rid of it in an emergency. Except if you poly into a fire skull. Well, you don't want to poly while submerged. Because you could poly into something to get yourself insta-killed. Screw it. I'll waste one of the bombs here. I could go to another mountain, but this is fine. So what we do... Let me get rid of this guy. I don't trust him. Never trust him. Okay, return. So you cast a return. You can walk away from it, and after a couple seconds, it's going to pull you back to that position. So with this concept in mind, what we can do is we can cast it, jump into here, do a little bit of editing. Not bad. And in fact, what I'll do... Probably leave that there. A bit of a goofy wand, I know. And then, if we're really feeling frisky... Hold on. So we are going to go cast, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so cast 1, 2, 3, 4. 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 Cast. Oh, that was close. I'll let it pull me out. I don't know. Huh. Do I want any of that? Toxic sludge immunity? I mean, I could probably re-roll that one. I don't know. I do like to have an early perk in the first zone. It just gives you an advantage. The problem is whenever you can't decide on if you want any of the perks that are currently there. I guess we could re-roll them while also jumping back and forth. Some gold right there. Please don't spew any more acid on me. Hey, a flask. Finally gonna get one. Why are you stalling for a regular run? Hey, we gotta make sure that we get victory, right? Sometimes if you rush it, you give yourself the you give the game the opportunity to put you in some like unlucky situation. And then you're like, oh, so unlucky. When it's like, that is true. Maybe it was a little bit unlucky, but you allowed the game to punish you for, you know, basically you move too quickly. Instead, if you power up, even if something unlucky happens in front of you, you're so powerful that you're like, you shrug it off. Give yourself a backup plan. Ooh, look at that. What is this game? This is Noita, the greatest single-player game of all time. I'm not joking. I actually have a shit ton of hours logged in it. 9,246. But you don't have to know Noita. It's not like one of those games that you have to play for like 1,000 hours before you appreciate it. But it is one of those games that if you try to play blindly, it will fuck you up. It will punch you in the face repeatedly. But if you're willing to learn from the community, all that kind of stuff, easily after 100 hours or so, which is still a good chunk of time, for a game. After 100 hours, you can already be popping off doing some of the most crazy runs the game has to offer. But yeah, your first 10 hours are usually going to be a pretty bumpy ride. It's going to be you getting kicked in the face repeatedly, and you have to learn to love it. Love it! Will it get a DLC anytime soon? The devs don't seem like the type to do DLC, but, who knows, man? There's been many times that I thought I could predict the devs' behavior, and then they've done something that I was, surprised with. For example, the first time that they disappeared for like 2 years, I was like, yeah, they're not coming back, because the game had some major glitches and bugs in it that actually made it hard to do late game runs. So much so that people in the community, like Latali literally had to make his own mod fixing some of the just really, really bad bugs that existed in the game. And I even had messaged the devs about it, saying, hey, you know, if you could return just to fix this bug, you know, Latali has a fix for it, blah, blah, blah. And still, they did not return for another year, about after the point that I messaged them. It was like 2 years total. And so then when people would ask me, oh, are the devs coming back? I was like, yeah, they're not coming back. There's, you know, if they were going to come back, you would think that they would come back to fix their product while everybody was like, you know, complaining about it. 2 years later, they showed back up. And we were like, holy shit, they're back. And they actually even added in some new content back when they returned. Fixed the issues. They even messaged Latali and asked how he had went about fixing the glitches. And then used his information to go and fix the issues themselves. And so they've been, yeah, they haven't been around ever since. Made the game work way better, way less annoying, and was just a huge enhancement in my enjoyment of Noita. For the early game, it was always good. There really wasn't too many issues, but the issue was that in God runs, your game would crash all the time. But now it's not as much of a thing. In your Welcome to Noita You Suck video, you mentioned that modifiers, placements, and payloads doesn't matter at all as long as they are in the trigger/timer. Is this true? They can be anywhere, like between spells, and after multicast it will apply to all? Yes. I mean, there can be exceptions to that whenever it comes to like some deep wand crafting, like some really complex stuff when you're starting to involve like add triggers and all kinds of funkiness and divide bys. But in the case of like, we're just talking a multicast with a modifier, then yes, as long as it hits the modifier, even if it hits it at the very end of the grouping, it will still apply it to the entire group. Dude, what the hell is happening right now? I feel like the directions I'm going in are all just annoying dead ends. There we go. There we go. We can go this way. Yesterday, I stepped on a trailer on YouTube of a game that will come out in 2 years. Just got announced. It started a Kickstarter, but it seems to be one of the best monster collector roguelite, and with a bit of horror games. When it comes out? Well, what game are you talking about? When I hear Kickstarter, I think most people also, when they hear Kickstarter, get a little afraid. It's like, oh god, what's gonna happen? So many Kickstarter, especially recently with that Ashes of Creation, which was like a kickstarted MMO, pretty much just scamming its community. A lot of skeptical people. I don't blame them. Dude, these ghosts. These ghosts are not a normal spawn for this area. In case you're curious, what happened is there's a biome modifier. I forget which one it is, but it can throw in some ghosts into the biome. So be aware of that. I kind of disappeared from the game around that time the devs came back by late game issues. Do you mean specifically the game's tendency to crash if you didn't restart between parallel worlds? No, the main one that I'm talking about, I mean, that one they did improve big time. But that one isn't even like so much that I feel like is like a huge complaint for the devs. I mean, it's definitely a complaint for like the sweaty gamers like me. But in terms of like, hey, you have a product, a game that you're trying to sell to people, I don't think the crashing between the parallel worlds is going to hinder that, because by that point you already have like 100+ hours in the game. You've already enjoyed Noita. The one I was talking about was more regarding chainsaws, and yes, chainsaw wrapping specifically tends to be where the issue was the biggest problem. But essentially, if you would have a wand that's firing really quickly, this led to like, I don't know, Latali broke it down many times. It's been years since we talked about it, so I can't remember the specific details. But I think it had something to deal with like the audio engine, or something was happening where it was firing so quickly. It was like queuing up, the spell queue was getting so large, and it wasn't able to like catch up. So it was just causing it to pretty much, like a snowball effect was occurring behind the scenes. Like you couldn't tell it was happening in game. You wouldn't notice anything's going on. But as you use these rapid fire wands, you would notice the audio in the game starts to get kind of crackly, and the game would start kind of lagging. And the chainsaw was the one that was the most known for it, because chainsaw spell is known for speeding up your wand, so you can build these machine gun wands. If you built a chainsaw wand within about 10 to 15 minutes, if you had a really good chainsaw wand, 10 to 15 minutes of your game would crash. And it sucked because I remember teaching new guys. I'd be in chats. Even Dark Viper, I believe, was one of them. He was here a little while ago. And I remember teaching him like the little chainsaw wrapping stuff, but also being like, you know, hey, you need to restart if you hear any cracking. Like trying to explain to him, this is a great wand, but also your game's going to crash all the time now. So, you know, and that should not have been a thing, to be like learning this big wand creation at the same time being like, hey, your game's going to crash now repeatedly. Oh, there you go. Latali says, it was the sound effect of the chainsaw didn't have time to play and got stuck in queue forever. It was a memory leak. There you go. Yeah, so, but apparently the issue, they didn't just, so Latali had fixed like the chainsaw issue with his mod. And when the devs came back, they didn't just like make a tweak to, they addressed it from the like audio engine, like the game engine level, to make sure that this problem couldn't be a thing anymore. And ever since they did that, I felt like the game ran so much better in general. I don't know if like there were other things factoring in. I don't know what was happening, but I was always like, yes, this is, Noita does, it still crashes. It can crash. We've had it happen, but nothing like it used to be. It used to be super frustrating. Ooh, melee immunity in the early game, not bad. That still happens for me now, from now on, occasionally. Is that normal? It shouldn't happen still. If it is happening still, it's likely a different cause. I'm trying to think the last time we did mod restarts was yesterday's stream, and that was because we actually went to parallel world number like 150. So whenever you start to head into deep parallel worlds, your game starts to get a little unstable and stuff. You may, I mean, I didn't ever have a crash happen, but I felt like, maybe the game isn't running perfectly. And when that, so I usually preemptively try to do the resets. Don't wait for your game to crash before you do a reset, because then your game gets really unstable. So we have a couple of options, but I think the one we're gonna go with, we'll grab everything. Spark trigger on the return. That means it's like a janky teleport wand. You shoot the spark trigger out and it hits the return wherever it lands, and then it pulls your character there after a little bit. So then we just use that here. Did you not go to 200 plus? No, I don't think I got to 200 plus. I don't remember where I ended at. I figured it was probably around like 150 or so, but I mean, who knows? It could have just been 100. We went to quite a few. I remember that. But the game in general is just much more playable, and the product, even for new guys, got an increase. Because sometimes people are complaining about things that are just for the ultra late game players, which for the most part, that's usually what I'm like complaining about. But whenever I had actually went on my way and messaged the devs, is because I felt like, hey, you know, I have seen some new players' games crash because of them just experimenting with the chainsaw spell made it likely to happen. There is still one spell that stands out as like something that should be addressed and probably does crash some newer players' games, which is spells to power. Converts any nearby projectiles cast by you into extra damage. If you toy around with this modifier, your game will usually crash pretty soon afterwards. That is a big problem, but luckily it is one spell and it's a decently rare spell. The one that chainsaw is a somewhat common spell. I mean, it's not as common as like the spark bolt, but it's up there in terms of like it's common, it's usable, it's cheap. You tend to see it in a lot of builds. So the chainsaw was more important to address because it was affecting a lot of people. Spells to power usually happens to a player once they get good enough to survive in the late game that they discover spells to power, and then when they go to experiment with it, their game just starts shutting down. And that one probably also is a decently easy fix. All of these things that we talk about as like problems in Noita, almost all of them, Latali has fixed. And he has one mod that fixes all of these big issues that we talk about. It's just called the QOL mod, the quality of life mod. And he addresses all of these. The devs should just like patch all that shit directly into the game, because it isn't anything that's going to like mess Noita up in terms of like change the way people play it. It just makes their game look like more of a finished product. With all of that, though, all these critiques I have of it, Noita's an amazing game, definitely worth the money and all that. These are just like me being like super critical of Noita because it's my favorite game of all time. So I always want everything to be like perfect in it, you know. Anytime you see a new person playing it or somebody goofing around with spells, you would like to think that no matter what spell they have or what parallel world they go to, that everything's going to run flawlessly. But sadly, that isn't exactly the case. Can you really call it Noita if you don't risk crashing every minute? Well, if you do like Noita and you're like, damn, if only everything ran perfectly, who knows about some games that have been inspired by Noita, some engines that people are making because they're doing it with, I think, that goal in mind. They want a Noita-like game going for a better engine performance. We'll see what happens. I mean, I imagine an engine like Noita's is really hard to make, but I'm also just a little noob copy-paste programmer, so maybe there's some gigabrains out there that will create something insane. There are some games I talk about regularly on stream. You guys heard it 1,000 times, but there are some games that are inspired by Noita that we're tracking their development on, which I haven't checked in a day or two. Let's see if there's any updates. No, the last update was about a week ago. This one right here. See that game engine looks pretty damn smooth. Now, obviously, it's easy to look smooth when you're just showing small clips because Noita also looks flawless whenever you're looking at just very tiny moments. But we'll see how this game, you know, what does it look like in long term? Like, what is there an ultra late game where you have 100 explosions going off at once? How does it perform? We'll have to wait and see. If you want to, you know, follow along on that game's journey as well, just like the rest of us, you can always type !meatbat, because that's the name of those guys, their studio. !meatbat will link their page. They don't have an official game name. That's why you have to go by their studio name for now. Quantum Corp is the project name. Momga considers the Fire Mage a level 10 boss. The Stendari. Dear God, a Stendari. What? Pollen digs? Yeah, Pollen is one of those spells that over time, in the early days, I usually was just like, fuck Pollen. I hate that shit because, you know, it can damage enemies and it can block shots, but I hate that it floats in the air and that if you walk into it, it hurts the player. So you don't want to attach modifiers to it because you'll make it just hurt the player even more. But as you get used to how to utilize it, it's actually kind of a nice spell, which is for digging for the most part, because Pollen does show up a lot in the early game, and as long as you're like hugging the wall whenever you shoot the Pollen, it doesn't hurt the player and it does dig pretty well. There are things that dig better, but for early game, whenever digging matters, like, you know, digging's a really big deal right now because it helps us get every, you know, heart, all the resources the early game has to offer. Pollen will carry your ass through those days of no black hole and stuff. Okay, we're grabbing the heal. We could consider grabbing the explosion. In fact, I will grab it. I doubt we'll use it, but you never know. May end up getting explosion immunity in the next mountain. Could be cool. I think there were some formations earlier when I was yapping that I wasn't paying attention and I missed out on some potential hard spawns, but oh well. Should have been paying more attention. Any wins today? We're about to get one with this run right here. Definitely not jinxing it right now, right? Right? Oh, we got a flash thrower. Huh, flash thrower, what do we want from you? Oh yeah, we didn't stabilize this. You guys are probably telling me, stabilize the telly. Whoops. I'll get that soon. Gotta watch out for this guy. He can be a bit, oh shit, a bit obnoxious. So there is a good amount of slime down there. Ooh, that's a toxic sludge. You got it for me, buddy? That's toxic sludge again. I keep thinking it's acid. Damn, he's got pheromone on him for a moment. Gunpowder. Hey, you. Oops, we killed him. My bad, my bad. Alright, let's do this. Let's shoot the spark return here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna grab that. And then, how do we want to edit this? I guess for the moment, let's just swap that there. Oh, nice. So there's a thing that's going to stack our health extra high. So every heart that we find will give us an extra 25%, not extra 25%, an extra 50% value on each heart once I grab that perk. So I'll hold off grabbing it and I'll find some more health here. I do need the pollen back though, probably for digging. That's fine. This guy right here, he bleeds slime, which we want. We want that slime. What's he doing? Brain's not working. Hello? What you doing? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I forgot he's melee immune. I mean, I'm melee immune, so he's melee, and we'll just use this strategy to bring him somewhere where we can hopefully get some good stuff from him. Digging a small pit with my teleports, and then we will shoot him, then grab up some of his slime. May have to milk him a little bit. Don't judge me. Ooh. Not quite. 1% unstable telly. That should be good enough. Still 1% unstable telly though. I want 100%. I wonder if I throw a bomb into this and obliterate its corpse if we'll get a little bit of slime out of it. That we can... What? Not a pixel of slime? Are you kidding me? Not one pixel? Oh, there it goes. It stabilized. So what that means now that we have stabilized it is that as long as our mountains down here don't have any lava in them, there's lots of slime now, of course, that we can safely teleport back up and we don't have much to worry about. Which they are looking like they are some safe mountains. Yeah, I think it's safe to say. Was there anything there? So this is the one that I'm going to grab in a bit. I was trying to see if there was anything else I wanted to swap out. Do you got a penny? If you got a penny every time someone comes and talks about coming of Copium Bot 2.0, or why you always encourage people to believe in a lie. It's not a lie. It's something I work on every day. It's just, I'm just a really shit programmer, so the progress is slow. What's the actual ratio to get 100% telly? 5-to-1 or something? I'm always off a bit. I don't find it to be consistent. I don't know. Maybe some people in the chat have a consistent method, but the key is that as soon as you get the slime in the flask, you want to start moving the flask around. I always forget if it's supposed to be vertical or horizontal. So what I do is I tend to just like, woo! Just sling it around because it shakes up the flask. And I find that as long as you're like actively mixing the flask whenever you're adding slime, it does a good job at like almost completely converting over the flask if you're getting like a good scoop of it at once. The issue is that sometimes you stabilize it, and while it'll convert the flask over, but you're still scooping up more slime, so you end up with like teleportadium that's all stabilized and then a little bit of extra slime at the end, and so you end up being like, oh fuck. So if you're doing it in smaller increments while shaking it up, the ending result will usually have a pure teleportadium. Let me grab a tissue real fast, chat. It's Latali says it's the Y direction. Y, not X.
You guys could see this guy right
That's
now.
the
He
way
is
it needs to shake.
drenched in-
Thank you, dude. Let me watch this clip while I'm blowing my nose. What is this? So no, I saw, who's that, Houtskin? Somebody was asking if I ever slept with a fan. Not really. Fans, if I ever sleep with a fan directly on my face, I always end up waking up feeling like really congested. I like the feeling of it. Oops, I just killed my own dude. All right, they were talking about a fan that blows air, okay? I don't know what you degenerates are thinking right now. I like the feeling of the fan, but I don't like the results of having the fan on me. What am I listening to? A fan. Like a fan of blowing air? What the hell are you guys talking about? No, like cooling you off. All right. God damn it.
Oh, I really wish you wet.
Why them and not me? No! Like a ceiling fan! You weirdos. Left Hand Larry, thanks for the 28-monther. Dunk, I'll sleep on your face anytime. Okay. Alright, chill. Alright, teleportadium, point up. We go back up. Because our teleportadium is stabilized, not unstable. Unstable, we wouldn't know where it may not send us up. It may send us down into the snowy depths. But we're looking good. I'll sit on your bald head. I've always questioned if chat didn't have some kind of bald fetish that they're trying to loop me into with how often they say bald this and bald that. It's a little suspicious. So I like to try to explore in here, especially if you have something like a spark trigger, because spark triggers, they shine whenever you have a good non-shuffle wand. Most wands... Oh, look at that guy. He had a deadly wand, but luckily it's he's not close to me. Oh, shit. It's got chainsaws on it, in case you're curious about what that graphic is. Those are chainsaws. But a spark trigger shines whenever it's on a non-shuffle. Well, you gotta remember this left side, this fungal caverns over here, only spawns non-shuffle wands if they're on a pedestal, which are most of the wands in here. So what I can do is I take this new wand that I found, and you only have to make a couple changes. So, let's see, what's it gonna be? Actually, we don't have a double spell or anything, do we? That part kind of sucks. So we don't have a great way to set this up. So our choice is either with really bad spread. Spread's pretty rough. Or we could say, screw it. Actually, no, that's not very... Because bifurcated's kind of annoying. Oh. Coffee Father, you cannot be trusted. What's up, Jack Raven? For a challenge, you should try return back and forth. Wait, what? Oh, no, wait, you want me to read this? You call your junk air weird? What? Dunk has chat minimized 100%. What are you talking about? I have it right here. You're not saying anything interesting. I was saying to read Phoenix. And Phoenix is just saying to read another person. What are you talking about? Are you saying to read? Okay, we're not. That's. Yeah, I got bored of it. I got bored of the list. Don't even. And you guys wonder, why is he missing my message? And then your previous 20 messages were just fucking shit posting. You're all woting yourself, and I'm just watching it real time, and I'm shaking my head like, come on. You're all gonna end up in the Shadow Realm just like Woat. You fools. I can't decide what I like more. This? Screw it, I guess we're gonna use that for now. Kinda silly. Oh yeah, I keep avoiding these guys' melee attacks. Meanwhile, I'm melee immune, don't I? Whoops. So weird aiming with this damn bifurcating. No! That was annoying. Not the most interesting one, but whatever. Oh, shit. Oh! Oh! Things just happened. Well, that got spicy really quick. Well, guess we're leaving. This is where you gotta take a sign from the game and you say, you know what? I'm sorry, game. I'm sorry for insulting you. I will leave. This is your home.
That wand reminds me of myself at a urinal. My stream has a tendency to go left, so I need to angle my wand to the right.
And I think you're oversharing right now. We grab this, we get an additional 110 HP. Sure, we'll go ahead and grab it now. We could have held off longer if we wanted to, get even more value. But I think we're in a good place right now. Firestone. We're looking for a wand with something that is not a bifurcated as the multicast. Hey, we'll take the double scatter. That's an improvement. I mean, it'll still have some spread on it that'll be kind of annoying. But I'll take it over what I'm doing right now. Actually, hold on, let's do this for a moment. Then what happens if we did double chainsaw? Probably too fast. Yeah, too fast. So we'll purposefully slow it down a little bit. Read, wote, read, wote. Is it actually important? Let's see. News! I managed to remedy the biggest issue I was having. I uncovered the biggest risk I had. Now I have 1 month to find a new apartment, among other things, at least currently, and it looks like I'm not sleeping on the street tonight. And I decided to put off memes for a while. Please respect my privacy at this time. See, this last part, I don't exactly know what if you're being honest and stuff, because you've shitposted so much that I do not trust it at all. But I hope everything is actually going good in your world. He's been shitposting for like 6 years, chat. Alright, so don't go thinking like, you know, oh, come on, I believe him this time. The moment you start to say, I'm gonna believe him this time, that's when you fucked up. That's when you fucked up. But the part about not sleep on the street, that's good to hear. I think he's being serious about that part. The rest of it, though, he's probably memeing.
I really wish you guys could see this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
Hey, the boy who cried wolf. Except for the boy who cried wolf, I mean, at the last, like, you know, at a certain point, there's like a lesson to be learned. I think the kid ends up dying by that time. But in Wote's case, it's like he died, got resurrected, and then continued to cry wolf. Died and got resurrected and continued to cry wolf. And that's where we are now. It's like the boy who cried wolf, but sadly the boy also had brain damage.
The old man who cried DunkBot 2.0.
But it's real! It's real! There's piercing on this, so we end up finding a heal. Don't forget, all your chat logs are saved. So when DunkBot 2.0 releases, and you're like, sweet, I get to utilize these silly features. And then you say, wait, hold on, for some reason my commands aren't working. And then I say, well, type exclamation mark shadow ban or exclamation mark shadow realm, and whenever you type it says you're in the shadow realm until 2072 for all your DunkBot 2.0 shit talk. Then you're gonna be like, why didn't I listen? Why didn't I heed the warnings? When DunkBot 2.0 is released in the next 4 weeks, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
Actually a great feature. We can just hang out in the shadow realm with all the cool people.
What? No, the shadow realm is not where the cool peeps are. So you come back right before DunkBot 2.0 from the shadow realm, it's too late for you. If you're in the shadow realm, you have no voice. So you have no way to undo the damage you've done. You're pretty much stuck in the shadow realm. You live there with Wote. You guys have to become best friends. Well, I think it's safe to say we can probably move on to the next area. We're looking decent. There's more resources to get here, but since we're just going for a basic win, we can move forward. Now, if you were a new player and you were in this position, I would be like, no, keep searching the area, keep finding more stuff, because it'll only increase your odds of winning. But I feel like our odds are already so high right now that it's like a waste of time in our current situation, that is.
When is my Kickstarter pledge going to be fulfilled for DunkBot 2.0?
Kickstarter pledge? So there was no Kickstarter, so I don't know what you're talking about. How did it feel to finally have representation in the media when you saw Jar Jar Binks on the big screen? Well, joke's on you. I never saw Jar Jar Binks on the big screen, so yeah. Who's the fool now? Who's the fool now? Don't mind me just doing a bit of murdering in the Hisi base. In fact, we're going to look for the eye room to see if we can get some good free spells. Let's go see. Oh, okay. A worm died here. 25 health. Thank you. Thank you. The worm came from snowy depths. Worms do not naturally spawn into the Hisi base. But they can roam there from another biome, which is what that worm did. There we go. Shop is on this side. Still using pollen to dig, because why not? Probably should swap to the orb, though, for the jungle. Is Solar still helping you? I think he wasn't available for a few weeks. I haven't seen him in a while. I got a message on, make sure he's doing okay over there in Venezuela, because, you know, Venezuela's been pretty wild for a bit now. And yeah, I haven't heard from him in a while, so gotta check on him. But yeah, I've been programming solo for probably about the last like 3 months. Last spam for a while. I did some investigative journalism on the Kickstarter game, and it's not looking too hot. Oh, the Monster Hunter game that somebody was talking about, or Monster Collector, whatever it was. You don't have high hopes for it? Double trigger. You know what? We never run the fly. We may end up doing something with it. There's actually several flies. There we go. Is quarter one still feasible for DunkBot 2.0? Yeah, it's still feasible. My main issue is, you know, just starting thing, like getting everything like running, I guess, if that makes sense. Like the current stuff I already have in place. Gonna have to work with Mind's Eye on some of that stuff pretty soon. Yeah, the deployment, exactly. The deployment is gonna be tricky. But luckily we have Mind's Eye around, and he's always helpful with that kind of stuff. Will we have a special stream dedicated to it? Probably. I don't know if it'll be a very entertaining stream. It's kind of like a tech stream, I guess, where it'll be like, hey, you know, probably be like some kind of soft launch for DunkBot 2.0, and then people who are testing it or interested in testing it are probably just going to be like, hey, this isn't working, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, it probably won't be that hype, you know what I mean? It's just because I'm, you know, by no means a professional programmer, so it'll just be riddled with bugs and tech issues. That's the only reason I'll probably dedicate a stream to it, because the alternative would be me trying to play Noita while people are having like all these tech problems. So instead, I'd rather just kind of not get anybody's hopes up for Noita that day, and just have everybody just kind of chilling and talking about random stuff and fixing any tech problems. A limp launch? It will be, won't it? It definitely will be a limp launch. I don't think it'll be like, you know, we're not busting out a new fucking Path of Exile season launch where they're like, oh my god. Everybody's hype. It's gonna be more like, eh. It'll be rough. But as long as we're moving forward, that's my goal. Gotta keep moving forward. Don't undersell it. It's gonna be amazing. I appreciate you. I just know that, you know, anytime I've created stuff in the past or worked on stuff and then Silver looks at it, there's a lot of things you don't, there's so many variables. You're like, damn, I didn't think of this or I didn't think of that. And that's definitely going to happen on whenever people start to get a hands on it. Maybe consider bringing somebody into audit first. Oh yeah, I have people around that are going to, you know, it's not going to be like a first time servers turn on kind of thing. It's just more like I'll roll it out in a way that, like, at a certain point, I have to jump from, like, 5 people testing to, you know, 100. And when that happens, that's likely going to blow up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move into the next zone. How can you hype it comparing it to realize to... Oh, wait. Comparing its realized to Hollow Knight and GTA 6 and taking another half a year to develop it more, and now chicken out saying it will be a limp release. Hey, it was me making it. You always knew it was going to be a bumpy ride. Ooh, healthy exploration. It won't be out before... No, it will be out before GTA 6. What are you talking about? GTA 6 is like... It's got a ways to go. Yep, I'll just yell at the AI. AI, deploy this. No mistakes. I bet we'll have personal rooms that we have to take care of / do chores / clean and stuff throughout the day, judging from the hints you gave. Probably not, but it would be cool if I guessed right. Gotta wait and see. Gotta wait and see. I'm going to go ahead and grab the healthy exploration. That way I can stall on grabbing this heal. And we'll actually do a bit of exploring and get some good wands. Chores. I love chores. Chores are the best. Ooh, baby. Holy shit. Hold on. That's a good find right now, considering I was kind of... jumping between some silly stuff. Was there a non-shuffle in here that actually, yeah, that one's better than what we got going on, isn't it? Oh fuck, actually, wait. Damn it. So actually, a second chainsaw is going to do more than the horizontal for now. And then we just find a larger non-shuffle, which won't take long, and then we just upgrade that. Good, good, good. And do I need anything else from this? Not really. Will we be able to have plushies of our sweatlings that we can pet? What do you mean by pet? Look how adorable he is. This is actually made by I Rage to Win's wife. Wife to Win. Yeah, she actually made a couple of these bad boys. The little adorable sweatlings. They have a little hoodie that like can detach and stuff. Bald to match the streamer? How dare you? Yeah, shout out to I Rage's wife for making this awesome little plushie.
She's still macking mine.
She's still macking it. What is she doing to your sweatling? She's macking it. Is Welmer nearby? Welmer's always nearby. A little dusty though. Hold on. Welmer, get over here. Little perler beads. Boom. Actually, hold on. You can't see it too well. Boom. My little Welmer. Isn't he adorable? I use him as a coaster. It's a little small, but I use him as a coaster sometimes. Sorry, Welmer. So, besides Mugenics, what's the game that everybody's playing right now on this weekend? On this Saturday morning / night?
Ugly thing. I mean the one in orange.
Hilarious. Hilarious. Realm of the Mad God still, Mike? You're still an addict? He's hooked. Ooh, this is actually a great one for us. 10 capacity. Non-shuffle with 10 capacity. Pro... Is that Pilkey? What the hell is Pro Pilkey 2? Do I want to know? Should I be afraid? Some World of Warcraft, some Skyrim, some Rain World, Street Fighter 3, Calamity. Okay, Calamity makes sense because they did get some content recently, right? Solitaire. All right, you got to do better than that. You got to Elden Ring. I still have never played Elden Ring. I know. It's a disgrace. Chad always gets upset. One day I will experience Elden Ring, I think. Age of Empires. What year is this? Wait, which Age of Empires are we talking about? RimWorld, Streets of Rogue, Motortown, Battlefield 6. You guys are actually doing a pretty big variety. Terraria, Minecraft. I kind of thought I'd see more spam of Mugenics and I don't know. Maybe I guess Path of Exile wouldn't make much sense. A lot of people playing Path of Exile right now since the new season is coming up. So you wouldn't want to burn out and be playing it early before the season starts. Did you say besides Mugenics? That's true. I did say besides it, but I know you guys are just like, we're just playing Mugenics. There's nothing else. There's only... And you know what? It was a trick question because the only correct answer anyways was Noita. You were all wrong. I didn't see anybody... Why weren't you... Maybe it was one or two of you guys said Noita. You didn't... Okay, Dodgy was the only one. The rest of you were completely wrong. You're legit having Mugenics withdrawals. Game is that good? I mean, if you're a turn-based gamer, I'm sure it's pretty hype. Mugenics withdrawals. Stardust says, read me. Turbo mode in Dota 2, that's acceptable. Not so much the turbo mode. Regular mode's the superior way, but, you know, better Dota 2 than nothing. Have you played RimWorld? Yes, actually, because of chat. So every so often, chat gets to vote in a variety game for me to play. And I try to give it a good try. You know, some people are like, hey, they play a game for like one day and then they move on to the next. And they pretty much just do that all the time. Play a game for one day, maybe a couple hours, move on to the next. But, and if I'm not like a huge fan of a game, then obviously I'm not going to just, you know, super deep dive into it. But anytime chat makes a suggestion, they vote for a game to check out, I try to give it a good try. And RimWorld was one that I spent over 100 hours in when chat voted it in. And I did beat it, but just the base game. I haven't played any of the DLCs yet, but I really enjoyed my time with RimWorld. That was my first colony sim game to play, unless you count some shit like, I don't know, like Roller Coaster Tycoon. Does that count? That's not really colony sim. I mean, it's got some Sim City going on. Some Roller Coaster Tycoon. But yeah, it was my first true colony sim game was RimWorld. I played RimWorld, but it was too hard for me. Well, whenever I spent 100 hours, my 100 hours were, I think like my first run was about like 7 hours, 6 hours, and I died. And then my next run was like 90 something hours, and it was a grind. But we got the dub. It's just one of those things that some games you just have to take it really slow whenever you're a new guy. You can't speed ahead. You're having to learn so much that you have to, especially in a game like RimWorld where you have that kind of pause thing going on. I was just constantly having to be paused, learn about this mechanic, pause, learn about this mechanic. So it is a lot of information to take in. And the moment that you fuck up on one piece of information, that's when your whole colony can just go to shit. Play Dwarf Fortress, you would like it. I'm sure I would like the, you know, what's the word, like the emergent gameplay and all that kind of stuff that happens because of it. But as a stream game, I feel like the visuals are pretty rough, even with the update. You're doing well again. Newfound respect for you at this game. What? Was always doing well. I was just getting a little bit unlucky before, but I was still playing good. You can play good and still be punished. Noita's like that sometimes. Kind of not a great wand. Pretty garbage dragon wand, I would say. One day you'll at least do a Pokemon stream. Some peeps are still waiting. They've been waiting a while. Maybe. I do love like the old school Pokemon. It has a special place in my heart. Some good old Gen 1 Pokemon. Besides Dota 2, do you play any other games off stream, or are your other games just Noita and Variety Vote? Yeah, pretty much. I can try to think of the last time I played something that wasn't one of those that you just named. So Variety Vote, Noita, Dota 2. I mean, it's just because I spend my free time programming, and has been that way for forever. Working on features for the channel. It eats up too much of my free time, but once Dunkbot 2.0 is out, I'll probably get some good gaming in to see all these games that I've missed. For a little while, it's been about a year or two, I started jumping into Sea of Thieves somewhat regularly because I enjoy the, like, whenever you're doing like the thievery, the thieving. That was pretty fun. Whenever my friends would be on, I would kind of hop on and, you know, sometimes I'd be chilling around doing stuff that I'm supposed to be doing for the channel, you know, for for our channel here. But and then when the action would kick in, I would pick up my, you know, like click back into the game and be like, all right, it's time to steal some shit. Sea of Thieves is awesome. I miss playing it. Oh, you played it before, Momga. Really? Okay, that surprises me. Sea of Thieves nuts are your... Wait, what? Sea of Thieves nuts are on your face. Dodgy. What? Sorry, I was so shocked by Dodgy's comment I had to cry off stream for a moment. I'm good. I'm alive. You're a pirate legend? Oh, really? Really? I literally was only in it for the thievery. I have no idea at what points I had or anything like that, but I doubt I was anywhere near pirate legend status. My friends would be doing all the extra stuff that people do in Pirates of the... I almost said Pirates of the Caribbean, Sea of Thieves. Where you're like fishing and doing the questing. Nope. I would just wait around for somebody to have some loots that I could steal. Especially they had an Athena, I was like, all right, we're going in. No, it's Sea of Thieves nuts fit in your mouth. Yeah, there we go. Steffi knows it. Steffi knows how to properly shit talk. I wish Sea of Thieves was better. I played it since day one, and the sweats in the game are unbeatable. I have like 1.6 hours in FPS games, and I got Pirate Legend 2 times on different accounts. Holy shit, you're a real one. The sweats in the game are unbeatable. Yeah, there are. I mean, like, I wouldn't really qualify as a sweat. Sweat would be like if you were really good. I liked the action. I liked the PvP, but I wasn't necessarily good at it. I just enjoyed it. Grab the electric community. Never grabbed the heal, did I? Whoops. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. I don't know. You didn't check the ghost wand? I was lazy. I love solo slooping. Solo slooping is like stressful. When you're like the only one and you're sailing around and you're sailing, I don't know how to describe that. That's one of the things that made Sea of Thieves so special, was that yes, there's a lot of the PvE stuff, and that stuff I'm like not crazy about, but it's necessary because it's an important part of the game. So you're just chilling around in the environment, PvE stuff's going on, whatever, especially if you're solo, you're just doing your own thing. And then you see there's a galleon in the distance of real players, and you see them take notice of you, and all of a sudden that galleon starts turning. It's a very unique feeling because it's like, I feel like in a lot of games in PvP, it's like it's just in your face, right? When something's going down, it's just like, boom, everybody's attacking each other, there's a skirmish, whatever, and then it plays out. But in Sea of Thieves, it's this very slow start to it, where you're like, action is coming. It's not here yet, but they want to take what I have. So then it gets like this, it builds up like this hype. And the sad thing is it doesn't always pay off, because sometimes it's a really boring engagement. Sometimes it's hilarious, but it's all over the place. But Sea of Thieves was like this game that I feel a little bit like the devs maybe lucked into a bit of what it is, what makes it special. Because sometimes they make decisions in that for the game bounce and everything that you're just like, I don't think they understand. I don't think they get it. But I guess maybe it's just their, you know, they sometimes it feels like they are either too focused on the PvE or too focused on the PvP. They don't understand that it's like you know, sometimes they luck into that sweet mix, which like the whole concept of like tucking on a ship and like hiding away, which I believe is completely like accidental, and I don't think it was exactly one of their planned strategies, but it's such a cool thing to have in a game that leads to like this organic kind of thieving, which is why it's called Sea of Thieves. You know, it works perfectly. I'm always looking for a game to do what Sea of Thieves does, but better. Reminds me of EVE Online, solo exploration, seeing other players and thinking, uh-oh, I gotta run. EVE Online has some of the best, like, multiplayer storytelling. I don't know if that's the best way to say it, but basically, like, some of these stories that come out of it, not that storytelling in the sense of, like, oh, a space alien, no. It's like, you know, things that occurred where players wanted to steal from each other, they, you know, deployed some strategy to take over. They have really cool storylines. But then whenever you go to actually experience it yourself, because you want to be part of one of these cool storylines, it's like, ooh, little rough. It's like you got to bust out the PowerPoint, not PowerPoint, you got to bust out Excel, you're doing some calculation. It's boring as shit. It's like if you can ever have a game that has the cool storytelling that you hear, like of like, oh, some crazy adventure that took place, like in EVE, but actually in a truly action-packed game where, not necessarily action-packed, but something that you feel more lively in, and you don't ever feel necessarily bored, that'll be the ultimate. That'll be where you're like, oh shit. I always feel like that's the goal that a lot of MMOs try to take with their game, is they always try to take it where it's like, this will lead to some crazy multiplayer stories. Like Ashes of Creation, that was like their big drive and why people supported it. It was because like players could be like elected as a mayor or some shit. Like you could have player ran cities, and also it sounds like, whoa, this is so cool, like this sounds great. But then in reality, when you saw everything there, you're like, you know, what is this? Is this exciting? And then next thing you know, you're getting rug pulled, and then then you're like, what the fuck? I support this game and I got scammed. Most MMOs stories suck. When I say stories, I don't mean the story like that the game devs were telling about, like, oh, a bad guy took over the land. More about like players beefing, trying to take shit from each other for their own benefits, that kind of stuff. World of Warcraft, when it comes to like, when I talk about like storyline or whatever, I'm not thinking about like the WoW, hey, this bad guy did this thing. I'm more of thinking like, hey, this player on the server just ninja looted this item, so everybody fucking hates him. That doesn't necessarily make for fun gameplay, but it is like a storyline, right? Where this person actually holds, like they're like a villain in that world. Now the good thing is when you have a game that kind of feeds into the whole concept of like a ninja looting thing being like a route you could take without it being something that completely hinders the experience of other players, but also just instead adds to like the storyline. Because in Sea of Thieves, whenever a person's trying to steal from you, they're not necessarily griefing. And like in WoW, that would feel like somebody's griefing you, right? Like this is some bullshit, they're griefing. But in Sea of Thieves, it just feels like it's a place where people are trying to steal from each other, and it could be an NPC that just happens to be a real player, but it could have just been an NPC. You wouldn't, you know, like, it's something that could have been made by the devs, but it's not. It's the real players that are driving the fighting over the loots. There is a great story about a monogem. I did hear about that one, though I don't think everybody would agree. They enjoyed that story. One person in particular may not be a fan. Have I not pissed off the gods this whole time? For some reason I thought I had. I have some Star Citizen and Ashes of Creation assets for sale with discount if you're interested. Wow, boy am I, Ken. What happened to Ashes of Creation? Is it just dead now? I don't know what the official word on it is. All I know is the company pretty much like fired everybody or laid off everybody, and like pretty much went under. And I think the servers may be up at the moment. Are the servers still up, Tito? It's 100% dead? Didn't WoW have an accidental plague once? Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Dinapa. So WoW's accidental plague obviously was not planned by the devs, but it did play out where people were able to like contaminate, carry a dot that could spread into a city, which then spread to everyone, and then it leads to a cool storyline. The key is being able to capture that kind of stuff and design your game in such a way that those things happen naturally. That did happen with WoW. It wasn't by nature of design though. They didn't design things for people to do that kind of stuff. It just was, if anything, it was like an exploit / glitch / whatever the hell. It wasn't made that way in design. I think designing a game with that kind of stuff in mind doesn't mean like you should always have plagues going on, but something where when you hear a story like that, you don't assume it was like necessarily unintended. Like the devs they patch that shit, right? They're like, this is not supposed to be happening. This is unintended. You got to fix this. While it done in a correct environment, it should be like, maybe this thing is too OP or too dangerous. They could tweak it, but it still should be like something that could occur. The Fallador Massacre on RuneScape. I don't know any good RuneScape stories. I know there are some out there. I feel like maybe I've watched a couple of, those YouTube kind of, where they go like on a story, oh, this player did this thing or was hated by this guild or some shit. But none that come to mind off the top of my head. There's not anything like famous like the World of Warcraft plague that I think of. Now I know there is going to be some that are some pretty famous stories for RuneScape, just ones I haven't heard. WoW was such a cool time in the early days. It's held on for a long time. I mean, it's funny because I remember the early days of WoW being popular, and every MMO that was coming out after it was going to be like the next big one, the one that killed WoW. Everything was going to be a WoW killer. Oh, this game is going to be the WoW killer. Oh, this game. And I mean, obviously not every time you believed it, but you kept thinking this may be the one that does it. The fact that we are still talking about WoW as like the leader in like the MMO world, however decades later, is crazy. Do I want anything here? Let's just grab the fire immunity and then grab the fire immunity, grab the heal. Why not? Because we have these heals as well. I never thought about WoW killers, too busy playing WoW. I thought about them because I was one of those people that always get suckered into like reading up on like the next like WoW killer, because I do like MMOs. I never got like super absorbed into WoW, but the idea that, a company was going to make a game that they thought was going to topple WoW, you're like, ooh, they must have some big plans. This is going to be a big deal. I'd say the one that I got suckered into, I'd say the most that I was like, oh yeah, I think they're right. They probably are going to kill WoW. Kill WoW in the sense of like, oh, just topple it and be a better MMO, more successful. Would have been, what was it? Warhammer's, what was it called? Was it called Warhammer? It was forever ago. It kind of looked like WoW, but their concept was like there was questing similar to WoW, but there's also a lot of community stuff. No, not Guild Wars. I think it was just Warhammer. Is it Age of Reckoning? Let me look what it's called. The full name of it. Is this it? The Return of Reckoning? Hold on, is this still around?
Mark themselves in RVR, both in the weekends.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Them out in full. Damage done over time is increased by 10% for every 10% of health the target.
Wait, do they still get updates? Wait, hold on, what's going on? Is this a private server or some shit? Their server is dead. I remember the Warhammer that I'm talking about. Literally a WoW clone. Return to Reckoning is a private server. Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, wait, what is this about an update? I was like, this game died forever ago. Anyways, it looked very WoW-like. It was obviously just heavily inspired by WoW. The difference being, though, the way there was certain questing done was pretty unique. It seemed like, oh yeah, this is going to be the future of MMO questing, but obviously it didn't take, and World of Warcraft is still the king. But I remember thinking it was so cool because you would walk into like a town, and people already were in the middle of doing like a group quest where it's like, oh, you have to kill these invaders. They're trying to get into the city. And so you were in a town and you would see these NPCs trying to break into the city, and you see real players killing them off. And there's like a number that's like ticking up. And you're like, oh, by me killing a couple of these NPCs, I'm helping out the town, and you're taking part in like this group quest. And this isn't, I know there's many games that do this kind of stuff now, but back then I remember thinking, that's pretty cool. Like I was thinking like, this is, and then like it died. Warhammer didn't last very long at all. Yeah, but I remember thinking, yeah, this is going to be the future of MMOs. And then, blap. Return, yeah. So, I mean, I guess I'm not surprised that they do have private servers for it. But the fact that they're still doing updates, those guys are diehard, man. Never going to let it die. Respect, though. If you like it, and you're able to keep it going, why not? My favorite old MMO is Ardwolf. Ardwolf? I can't say I know the name. I don't know if you're memeing, because you do like to sometimes say some ridiculous stuff. So you may be making up some name, and you're like, he's believing it. He thinks it's an MMO. No, it's before your time, Donkey Boy. Before my time. I played one of the first MMOs that ever existed. I think they still claim to be the first MMO, but that doesn't necessarily make it the case. Nexus TK was made by Nexon. Made by Nexon, and shit, that came out like a billion years ago. It's a mud. Oh, okay, that is old school. That is old school.
Small WoW info dump. During its release, it was the casual man's MMO and was looked down by the sweaty MMO players. The casual approach turned out to be pretty popular though, and over time WoW focused more on questing instead of endless mob grinding.
Yeah, I think, I feel like the Korean MMOs kind of set that, that style of like really like grindy, which they still are very grindy games. And then, like you said, like WoW kind of was like, hey, you know, what if we made it more about the questing and the world exploration? And then, yeah, the casuals took onto that a lot more, which one of the best things, one of the most important things about an MMO, obviously you want it to be fun, but when your friends are playing an MMO, I feel like that's what gets people to play an MMO more than the MMO looking good. A game can look amazing, and some people will still try it, but if for some people, if their friends aren't playing it, especially an MMO, an online game, if their friends aren't playing it, they won't play it. So if you have a shit MMO, but their friends are playing it, they'll buy it and they'll play it. And that like the cycle just loops, right? Because now they're playing it, then they get more people to play it. It's like, yeah, that was one of the key things that I felt like with WoW. I mean, not that it wasn't a good game, but the fact that everyone was playing it just made it more and more powerful.
He is drenched in sweat.
Everyone wanted to play the MMO that everybody was playing. You play video games to have fun? I mean, have you played some MMOs? Sometimes you question if the devs forgot about that element. You're like, they only wanted pain and suffering. It's like, oh, you're looking to level up? All right, there's an enemy that spawns here every 20 minutes. I want you to kill 7,000 of them. You're like, how do I do that? And they're like, quit your day job. Quit everything, say goodbye to your family, and you too can reach the next level. And you're like, what? No. Yeah, it's a Korean, that's a Korean MMO mentality right there. Yeah, this is your new job. Congratulations, you're being paid nothing, and you will be working 200 hours a week, no holidays. Good luck. MMO devs more sadistic than Bennett Foddy. Wait, is that the shit? What's that? Is that weird? Damn, how do you call those games? Where you're trying to climb. What's the style of? What's that genre called? Getting over it. What do they call that when you're like you're struggling to get over something, and then when you like it goes bad, and you just is this called rage? Foddian rage games. Are those just called rage games? I feel like it's gotta have a better genre defining name than that. Crashing out. What is this? Imagine seeing a tag on Steam, because you have the Steam's like you know, massive multiplayer, roguelike, all that stuff. It just says crashing out. You're like, that's the genre for me, baby. Streamer bait. See, so it's just called Foddian? I mean, they are kind of in that realm of like grindiness. But even then, at least in those like rage games, at least most of them that I've seen, there's like this level of skill where it's like, hey, if you're good, You can save yourself a lot of rage and a lot of struggle. It's not really the case in MMOs. It's not like, if you're good, it's like, no, it doesn't. Like, you literally just sit down and do the math, and it's just like, it's going to take you this amount of time. This amount of time spent, and you will generate this much EXP, which will give you this many levels. Now, get to grinding. The best dice grab I've ever done. AKA at the very end of a run that is completely pointless. I need help with building a wand around the swarm spell. What do you need help with exactly? Do you have a link to it? Shop? Let me kill this boss and then we're gonna do the shop. Figured it'd be a perfect moment. Oops, I was looking away. Chat, it happened. We won a random spawns run. People thought it was impossible. Yes! Yes! Many said it could not be done. But I did it. Random spawns victory. In case you're curious where we spawned, it's about to blow your mind. Are you ready for this? You're gonna be like, how did you survive that? Instead of starting in the normal location, which is so easy, you know, the usual. Instead, we spawned here. And we immediately jumped down and walked over to here. I know, I know. This is where you can type, that's my streamer, and you can clap. And no autographs, no autographs. Come on. Baby seed. Hey, that's how it goes. But you know what that means? It also means that we can, it's called the Ominous Temple. This one right here, disabled. Finally, we removed it from the list.
You guys can see this guy right now. He is